Well, welcome to the Treasure Trove. I'm the skipper, and there's my first mate there, Mr. Dale from Coin World UK. This guy here. How are you doing, everybody? It's good to see you on board. We're gonna have an interesting day today. Got a few things happening. That's got the irons in the fire.
Yep.
And I'm sure that all of you are gonna love what we're gonna be doing. But in the meantime, how you been, Dale?
Been doing well, thank you. Had a nice quiet weekend. Oh, I've done some drawings over the weekend. Do you want to see my preliminary artwork?
Oh, by all means, sure. Share away.
As you know, my hand struggles with grabbing things. So this is the first one. This is just
even though our 20s are behind us, we still get to have firsts. Like your knees hurt after a morning run.
What is that?
What is that? I didn't have any, I can't see any advertisements on my picture. Sorted?
Sorry about that. That was my other phone. It went off. Damn.
So that's my first one.
That's beautiful. I wouldn't want to be living along the edge of that drop, though.
And
you're getting back at it.
Not as good as I used to be, but
you know, I think it's therapeutic.
My hand shakes.
Papa G, that was a waterfall.
Yeah, the other one was.
Yeah.
I love waterfalls because I think they're the most tranquil. Nature's TV, basically. So
that looks a little bit like the cliff I fell off of. I was not impressed.
Do you recognize this cliff?
Is that on the White River?
No, it's from my head.
Oh, it's from your head. No, I didn't fall out of your head. I'm not an imaginary person.
What I'm going to be doing is put like a surround around it, so that's why I only do like a little bit. It's only the two I've done yesterday. I signed it yesterday, so.
Wow. Yeah, that's keep it up, man. PA Patriot Prospecting's in the house.
Yeah, I haven't done any more yet, so it's not a big book, so I haven't done any more. So it's nice to actually get into it a little bit. It takes me a few minutes to draw them. I would say about 20 minutes on that one, first one. Well, a bit longer because I was trying to get my hand going, and then well, I done them anyway before Zoe watched the film last night. Zoe and I watched the film last night, so that was both of them. When I get my hand stopped shaking, that's the worst thing. But yeah, it's good to get back into it.
Well, you don't understand. If your hand is shaking a lot, you know, just do a Picasso.
Or some abstract, some scribbles. I was good at that when I was 5.
Magnificent Germany with Darian. Hello.
We have PA Patriot Prospect. I was in his premiere the other night. That was actually interesting. He's making a flange. Christopher Dye, Magnificent Germany with Darian. It's nice to see you guys. Thank you for joining us today. And Skipper was at his coin store yesterday doing his amazing job.
Oh, way more than we were actually set up on the phase 4 stage. A lot of different acts and entertainment goes on that stage. So we commandeered the stage, and the folks flew in from Ottawa, Ontario via Pearson Airport. I feel sorry for them because the delays in Pearson are absolutely atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed up, and day one, we got together about a half an hour before it all opened up, and got to talking. And the young ladies that did fly in from Ottawa, they do it all across Canada. Apparently, they're not doing them all at once. They are the team that gets to travel. So we started off only giving 2 coins per person. It's basically a straight swap, $4 for 2 toonies.
Okay.
But by the end of it, because things slowed down so much and they had so many of the black toonies, they took caps off, and guys and gals were coming in there and they're getting $10, $20, $30 worth of the coins. And they got rid of every one that they had. So it was quite interesting. But the most important thing, and you see it if you check my video on my channel that I posted yesterday, they informed us about the Canadian 2023 coins. There will be no circulation coins made, none. What they are doing is they're doing the special sets that have the 2023 coins in them. So the only way you'll get any 2023 coins if you purchase a set, they're going for $21.95 Canadian. If you happen to be able to access the Royal Canadian Mint site, or if you happen to be in Canada and you're nearest shop that is a registered dealer, or even the post office, check the post office too, because they cover Mint products. Get those sets, because there will be no 2023 circulation coins produced for this year. All they're doing is the 2022s and the black toonies, of course, which there are 5 million of. So it's the mintage is going to be low. I mean, if they're only doing the sets, the mintage is going to be low. So you get those 2023 coins. And if you want to take them out of the package, fine, put them in your album, whatever. It's up to you. But at least you'll have the 2023s. 40, 50 years from now, they could be quite valuable because they're going to be a lower mintage. And of course, if you get them in the sets, uncirculated, don't touch the coin, touch the edge. Wear gloves if you have to.
We never touch the coins anyway. They're just still sat in the coin set.
Yeah, I was watching some of the people that were grabbing those coins. Oh, it made me cringe. Oh, look like this. Oh, get your hands off it. Hold it by the rim. Bloody heck. Like,
right, you should be an old Victorian schoolmaster. Stop it.
The only thing that would have made me cringe even more is if they went, well, as they get older, do we get to clean them? We'll put some toothpaste on them.
Imagine that.
You know, that was cringeworthy. Anyway, that's what they look like. And depending on the light, depends on how dark they look. It actually, certain lights, it almost looks like gun bluing instead of black. But they're very cool looking coins.
They are really nice coins. They remind me of the old Victorian model money.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's seen them. I'll show you. I do have one. I used to have two. I sent one off to years ago to Oldies and Goodies. Let me just get this up a minute. Oh, what am I doing? What's that? Oh, my phone were not right. what I want it to write.
Neil's Comics, Games, and whatever. Hello. Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like it. Yeah.
I wonder if that's where they got the idea from. Who knows?
That's cool.
I think they're 1859. I think my one was, but they were out between 1837 and 1901. But I used to have two of them. Obviously, I sent one off to Uncle Al a while ago.
I don't know what George III looks like on a coin. There you go. So, I mean, Charles III. A little out of whack.
Why did they do it then? What's that for? Neil's Comics and whatever, games and whatever.
Maya's here. Hello,
Maya's
Maya.
coming in. I put mine away. I wonder. Now, I don't know if anybody knows it. Obviously, the people from here would know, and most people from the coin community would know. Well, hang on, wrong one. And I can't go and get my books out because. Oh, guess what I did yesterday? I've ordered a load of storage coin flips, and of someone else I can't remember. Anyway, I am reorganizing. Every collector does this. I don't care if you're a coin collector, card collector. Everybody changes their collection around every so often.
No. Are you serious? Do we actually do that?
And that's exactly what I'm doing. So it's going to be the last time I'm changing it.
It's been to 5 years, isn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, for the first time. Oh, I got another coin set now. Look at that. Didn't know I had that in there. Just find the coin here.
I was saying last night, Dale, that I'm starting to realize that North Americans have a real issue with their dogs.
Why?
I'm absolutely blown away by how important dogs are. I'll give you an example. My father had a dog, and he had him for like 15 years. Well, my dad died, and we hadn't told the dog. Yeah, my dad passed away, and we decided that we're going to let the dog know that my dad passed away. So the dog was lying there looking forlorn. I said, look, I said, Bill, my dad's name was Bill. I said, Bill's gone. He's died. And the dog looked at me with these forlorn eyes, jumped up on my dad's favorite chair, and within an hour and a half, he died too.
Oh, no. Oh.
And that is exactly what I mean. When I said my dad died, you could almost hear a pin drop. But the moment I said that stupid dog died, everybody went, oh, no. He didn't even have a dog. Proof. You couldn't care less about my dad, but you cared about the stupid dog.
I went, oh, as well.
That's proof in itself that they did it. Oh my goodness. I got you all.
Oh, look, there it is.
Look, Papa Jesus, the dog died.
I know, I was not.
PA prospecting says, not me. I didn't do that. My goodness.
Okay.
Hello, Rock Butcher. How are you?
That was a cruel joke about the dog.
That was a cruel
About the dog.
Okay.
Okay. Follow your head with my thumb. So you get up. You got to get up. Get up, mate.
Don't do it.
Go that way.
Don't do it.
Put your head down.
Don't
Up,
do it. Don't fall
Down. Left. Right. You know what that is, don't you? That's remote control for a fall.
Oh,
I'll give you $5 if you do that to Tracy.
I did something similar to Tracy, and she's wise to me now. Bring up the dog. Just don't bring.
Oh man, that's a good. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that to my mate.
There was one day I walked up to the living room window and I said, Tracy, do you want to see a Ukrainian trailer? You got to see this. She gets the look. She says, there's nothing outside. I said, no, come on over here. So I had her follow me all over the house. I said, see your Ukrainian trailer.
That's cruel. Do you know what? I got loads of these coins and I can't find one. Oh, man. Trust me, it's tiny.
Oh, someone's picked up on the fact you got a mystery box behind you. Hide that thing.
Yeah, I wonder what's inside. I'm gonna reveal it tomorrow. Papa G.
Like I said, we got some things in the mill, guys. We're not gonna tell you, but you're gonna know pretty soon.
Very soon.
Very, very soon.
Very soon.
So I'm gonna nudge everybody right. Nudge. I'm gonna nudge you. I'm gonna nudge you right now. We have pay it forward wheel today. So anybody that wants to get on the pay it forward wheel for today, so they can have a chance to go on the end month. Put a 1 in chat and put down what item it is that you're willing to donate to get onto the wheel. I don't care whether it's a stamp or a card or a coin or whatever, something small, and that guarantees you a spot on that end month wheel if you get picked today. And there's two people get to be on the wheel. So don't hesitate. Get that in chat. And
just one thing. This is the last day. Last day's on Thursday. And that's the elimination day for the last player standing.
Right. That's right. So you don't miss out. And like always, Dale and I also throw in a coin.
I've just buried my book. If anybody finds Mr. Marmalade, can you tell us that it's package here?
Gosh, you've been looking for him forever. I haven't seen him on any of the chats. Nothing.
He's become a member again, but he hasn't emailed me his details, and that's quite a bit in there. I showed you it, didn't I? And there's some of yours here as well. So this is a set I've got to complete then. Yeah, this is not a complete set. So this is another one.
You gonna show that?
Yeah, I had to start this why I have for Christmas from Zosie. Zosie. So that's another one I got to complete.
Oh, that's right. Ida's really early. I got up for breakfast at 7 o'clock this morning, made a bowl of oatmeal, 2 pieces of toast, and fell back to sleep till 1. Whoa, okay. Geez, isn't it old age fun?
No, I don't mind old age. It's the gravity I don't like. It goes against you, sort of like bow out.
Look what Taffy's just said. I've got stuff to throw in as long as I don't win again. You have got a horseshoe up your derriere, buddy.
I might milk them. I am.
Oh. So, oh yeah, I've got some coin flips coming as well. Thank God.
Mm. Oh, did I tell you I got into trouble today?
Again?
Oh my goodness!
You're gonna have to take me off big. Oh,
You know, I like these cute little videos, and I had a video that came up that it showed a little boy in diapers. That's all he had was a diaper on, but he's watching the Rocky. Remember with Sylvester Stallone, and he's doing all his exercises and everything. And this little baby who's just learned how to walk is imitating every move that Rocky's doing on the TV. I thought it was hysterical. So I sent it out to everybody who I thought would have the same sense of humor as me, and my son gets back. He says, "Why did you send that to me? That was horrible. Don't you ever do that?" I'm going, "What? It was a baby imitating Rocky." He says, "Yeah, but the chat that was attached to it had my old girlfriend who dumped me 10 years ago, and I don't want her to know what I'm doing." I'm like, I don't read the stupid chats. All I saw was the video. So I had to calm my own kid down. I'm like, I don't even remember who you dated 10 years ago. My gosh, I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. So watch when you get these videos and take a quick look to make sure there's nothing that might upset somebody.
I ain't got to do that with my family. They do that anyway, don't they? A lot. You know, I like Zoe's with me, right next to me. I've been with her like 10 years, and they still manage to mention the past.
He'll always come back to bite you in the ear.
I'm like, why in God's green earth would you bring that up? I don't do. But yeah, it's just like, but when, do you know what I mean? It's just like, why would they? But again, it's not going to hurt the person like in the video, because at the end of the day, it's something that you've watched. You're just doing the reaction to the video. But yeah, I ain't got no worries about that. It's an automatic thing, isn't it? So I just want to talk about coins for a second anyway. Now, you know I collect stamps, right? Now I've been looking for this date. Now this date is what's it called? What's the country? Muscat and Oman.
What they got a country that's muskrat?
Muscat and Oman. That's it, Oman. And
Oman. I believe there are muskrats in Oman, man.
When I do my research, okay, for the numerals, I use my stamp book.
Ooh. You know, I don't even collect stamps, but I think I'm going to have to start getting one of those because, isn't that handy?
So it's got all the other signs in there. So stamps and coins go right with each other. So that's why. And
that would be a handy little chart to have when you're trying to identify an Arabic coin.
Well, this book goes back. This book. Pretty sure this book goes back to the 1960s.
That far back, eh?
Yeah. It's probably stored. It probably don't even write it in the date in there. But yeah, that's what I do. I look for the numerals, and then I write the numbers in on Translate on Google, and then copy and paste the numbers into my video. I wish I did a video of kids and toddlers in diapers, bounced up and down on knees. That'd be pretty cool, Rock Bit, to be fair. I did a shout out. Yeah, you did do a
love of music.
Yeah, you done a shout out for. Oh, hang on a minute. Because it's talk about. I watched a few people today. Oh man, this person does the recipes and that.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason's actually new. You like Jason's channel, actually?
You know, everybody's getting into it. Even Maya did a cooking one there. I was transfixed watching her putting this soup together.
That's what I like there. This bit, bottom bit, is miscellaneous identified emblems and symbols. So, yeah, Jason does a great channel on cooking. He makes me hungry though.
It doesn't take much to make me hungry. Oh, they fed me very well at that show too, by the way. Every time I turned around, I had burgers and pizza and chocolates and Girl Guide cookies. Speaking of Girl Guides and scouting, yeah. I had more people coming in who were scouters and scouts in Canada, which I was pleased to see because I spent over 30 years as a leader. And this one guy, my ear grew about 10 times bigger than it normally is listening to his conversation in line. And he's talking about trying to explain the history of scouting. You know how much we love history. And I have a Facebook group strictly on Robert Stevenson, Smythe, Baden-Powell. I know, heck, in 59, I got to meet Olaf Baden-Powell personally. Like, wow, very cool. It was in Ottawa. And sure enough, this guy's trying to do it. He's getting his history wrong.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But guys, let me help put everything in the right order here.
Oh, no.
You know, my goodness. This is... What's this? The channel's called Anne McGregor. That's very Scottish.
Miss Sevenbow.
I used to wear a McGregor kilt. Kraus standard coin and paper money books have translation charts for numbers as well. Kraus, is that a European publication? Because I've never seen it.
It must be. I mean, I've had this one for a long time, so I don't need to buy another book. When it's already written in there, I don't need to buy another one. So, unless there's something new coming out, which I pretty much doubt it from the old days. You know, my coins consist of older coins. So, Miss Sevenbow done a great mail call for a surfer the other day. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tuba chat, connect and grow. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Share us out. That's fine. I can share us out. Look at us. See, you've got to remind me. I'm terrible at this. Share this out. Share. Oh, wrong one. There's too many links I do. Okay, let's do it again. Share.
Skipper says, You said Skipper. I was Rock Butcher. Skipper, I went to a Canadian scouting event at a mall about 20 years ago. I was one of the poster boys back in the 80s, the one with the chipped tooth. I pointed to my poster and told them that. Yeah. See, there I am. There's my picture right up there. They didn't have pictures when I was a kid. They were still chiseling on rocks. But,
Hieroglyphics. Dog. So how is Miss Seven Bow? What if EAC's gonna pop in today?
yeah.
So I keep
Hot
looking at
dog
the chat on that screen.
Hot Dog Digs, I did get your letter, and thank you. I got the sticker that's going to go up on my poster board. Very, very nice of you to get that out to me. And if any of you not watched Hot Dog Digs channel, put your link in the chat there, Hot Dog Digs. It's very cool. I am so what's the right word? Not tense. So adamant about getting out and doing some metal detecting, but now we're getting a hot spell. And of course we had all that snowfall. It's all mush and it's all dirty and it's horrible outside. Oh, it's nice night. You can feel the warmth in the air as you go out. And I'm going, wait a minute, this is Canada. It's January. What's going on? Because once that freeze, they don't clean our roads until March. Unless bus route. So us in the cul-de-sacs and whatnot, we basically have to hand shovel everything to get it off the road. So we stuck. Oh, it's just yucky. Oh
so
yeah,
the old dirt roads,
in the farm fields. I guess it is. Yeah, the only thing I can find with my metal detector at this time of year is jingle bells.
Neil says we may get snow here tomorrow. You can keep your snow and ice. Thank you very much.
Oh, I like it being frozen over. First off, I have a big dog, and I have to go out with the giant claw just before the first thaw. And when it melts like this, you don't want to go in my backyard. It looks like a farmer's muddy field back there, and it's not dirt. So I get out there with a giant claw for the freeze. I pick as much up as I can before I hire a company to come in. So it cost me twice as much if I waited. Oh, he says we're getting a snowstorm on Wednesday.
We had down here, I don't know about Christopher, but down here, because Christopher lives up like north east from me, so well, he's like middle of England, and but to the right of us. So here, that night I called you, it was literally icy and foggy. It was. Wow, it was gleaming. That's why it looks so bright, because lights and everything. It was just making everything like a nice day, but a nice evening. But it was actually freezing.
I could see metal detecting in the snow, Miss Southern Belle. If say your wife was out there playing with the kids and her wedding band slipped off and couldn't find it in the snow, well, a metal detector certainly would help. That's
happened. With Floyd Detectorist. I don't know if anybody remembers Floyd Detectorist. Oh, good old John. Some lady went to visit a grave and dropped her ring, and obviously she asked her husband John to go and look for this lady's ring, and he's waiting to fall out. So then he went out and found the ring. Somehow it went between the stones. It bounced and went between the stones. That's why you couldn't see it, but he got it. So for about 3 or 4 months, he never wore a wedding ring.
Boy, oh boy!
But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find. I think the resistance is going to be a lot lower with the snow on there.
Yeah, metal detecting. get into it, Neil, is extremely addictive, especially if you were like me and find a bloody hoard. Oh, I could not believe the haul I got the first time I went out. It was massive. I filled a metal bowl with coins and rings, and I had US and I don't know who dumped that stuff out there, but it was all within the same area, and I just went to town. Oh, yeah.
And then you found the shotgun and the
No, never
handbag.
found shotguns, but I do like getting out with Marlon. He's a lot of fun to go metal detecting with, but his kit is so far superior to mine. It's not funny.
I don't know what to get to now. I mean, I haven't kept up with it for so long with all the new technology and that, but I loved it. I had good fun metal detecting. Actually, I haven't got in that box.
Yeah, if it's amazing how that hobby coincides with numismatics, because if you like collecting coins and you happen to come across some, but also the if you love history, my goodness, what a great hobby. Some of the stuff that you find out there is amazing. Even if it's some of the guys focus on things like horseshoes, and I found a horseshoe today. Wow, I could put that on my wall. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Who was it? General Dighole. He I'm pretty sure it was him that did the tables that were with the glass top, so that you lift up the glass and he put all the items underneath. And of course, he lives in the UK. He's got all these Roman coins and these wonderful little items in there, knickknacks, and he puts the glass back in. He's got a coffee table. He's got all his finds so people can sit down and over a tea or coffee and check out all the cool stuff he's found. I think that's neat. Displays, that's my bag. So it's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do displays like that.
Okay.
My sister's friend's Debbie. So he was one who was in a cover of a magazine over here from metal detecting. He runs a club, but his club's so big is that it takes years to get inside. But they've got a huge cabinets, like static cabinets. What he's found over the years, he's been doing it. I mean, I think he's probably retired now, but he's been doing it since he was a kid. But yeah, it is a really, really addictive thing to do. I loved it.
Yeah.
Just take a kid with you digging.
Same with the guys and gals that go out magnet fishing. That's pretty cool too. Mind you, though, I the only thing I don't like about doing magnet fishing is a lot of these guys are pulling up, weapons that were used in a murder, or bloody stolen. A lot of stolen merch that they find that the criminals toss it into the river. Shocking to some of the stuff they've seen. They've even gone as far as finding motor vehicles and finding the body still in them.
I mean, before the conflict with what's going on, I like the Russian ones going through Stalingrad.
Oh my God! And you got to be so careful too, because a lot of that stuff still got ammunition that's live.
Yeah. They actually found because obviously the what was it called? Not Overlord. What's the one for Barracuda? Operation Barracuda. Of course, the Germans went in there with summer uniforms. You know this anyway, and obviously it had the worst winter on record. For that time of the year when it was going to invade into Moscow and Stalingrad. Mm-hmm. And of course the heavier stuff sunk, and people were just left there, with they were stuck, they were drowning, and the mud was sleeping them. So you can but anyway, obviously people started magnet fishing and found tiger tanks, and found motorbikes and vehicles, people, but
what's your link in, Miss Southern Belle?
It's interesting, it's not morbid, it's more interesting that way. They throw a magnet on something and you can't take it off and you have to dig around it, and you've got a 60-ton tiger tank, Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to take that home.
Well, there's one I can't remember his name now, but there's one young lad in Germany that does a lot of metal detecting in the battlefield areas, and when he finds stuff that's not only recoverable but can be restored, he does it. And I don't know how he got away with this, but him and his but he was I actually watched in absolute awe the way he restored a German helmet. And he brought it back like brand new. It was beautiful the way he did it. Then, but what he does is he collects all these items, including uniforms. And of course, he's in Germany, so these are all World War II era uniforms, completely kitted out. He turned his backyard into what looks like a battlefield, complete with a bunker and a pillbox, concrete pillbox. And it's a proper trench system in his backyard, and it's not a big yard, but you go in there and they do recreations in the backyard where they'll do sentry duty and all this stuff. I said, wow, man, that's taking it to the to the full extent here. Don't get caught out on the street wearing that uniform, no.
No. But I think people's found crashed planes. That's been set. Don't get, the ground changes over years, and in almost 80 years, and everything's covered up, because they can't recover this stuff. So they just didn't have the machinery or the thing. They just left the stuff there, and you're talking, millions of pieces of equipment, from everything. It's
that's a good question. First off, it would probably cost you a fortune to recover it.
Yeah.
And off a lot of this stuff, if it's especially if it's got live ammunition, which many of them do, I'm sure the authorities would have to be brought in. But I don't know. It depends, I guess, where you live, Papa G. I mean, certain countries like the UK, if it's historical significance, you got to report it to the authorities.
Yeah, over here, if anything like that, it's probably going to go straight to the military.
Yeah.
And depends on the circumstances. I think they probably, if it was damaged anyway, like battle damaged, I don't know if it's, because it'd be classed, if anybody was killed in it, it'd be classed as a war grave. So I don't know the significance about that. But if it was damaged mechanically and there was no significance about it, I think they'd probably give you a write-off price of it, I guess. I don't know, to be honest. But they found all sorts of stuff, especially I think the canal in Holland, they dredge it every so often, every 20 years, and the bikes and that they find in there is unbelievable. And the magnet fishing people there, but it's good. It's a good thing, because at the end of the day, people who's into a hobby, all the authorities are going to think, oh, they're cleaning up for us. This is free work. So it's cheap labor, really, isn't it? Jeff Crumpler, how are you doing?
Yeah, I've actually done a lot of recovery work with explosives as well, and certain ones, of course, we just use a little bit of C4 and det cord and blow the bloody things up. But that was a long time ago.
Randlesham Forest. UFO.
Yes, you're blue now, Miss Southern Belle, so now you can't complain.
Remember, we got Treasure Trove tonight. If anybody wants to join us, and we have EAC, John Jacobs, PA Patriot Prospecting, and Polar Bear is Yummy on there at the moment. And this is the last day.
Did I just date myself, Rock Butcher? Yeah, it's been a few years. Yeah, I remember we had a bunker that we were assigned to blow up, and this was in the Meaford Range in Ontario, and this was a big bloody bunker. So we decided to use beehives, and we used too much explosive on it. It was awesome because we crawled under the old deuce and a half, and we set it off. And it was like being at ground zero at Hiroshima. I'm talking so much dirt and debris fell down on us that the truck was completely covered, and we had to dig ourselves out from underneath the truck. What a mess. Yeah, there's nothing pleasant about Meaford, except for the party after the exercises were over. It's always good to see Jeff in here. Yeah, no kidding. I wish we had GoPros back then. Oh my goodness.
That'd have been awesome, wouldn't it? Just
yeah. Oh, the stuff that I missed. Oh man. Yeah, it would have been amazing.
The thing is, I'm glad you didn't have GoPros back then, the stuff you guys got up to, because imagine that, you'd be incriminating yourself.
Oh my goodness, the stuff that we did that I can't even say it on here because I'd probably still getting poo-poo for it. Let Miss Southern Belle. I've done so crazy flea killing they bug me. Well, you know, there's powder for that. My gosh. Jeff, don't forget to put a link in your channel because you got a lot of good information on yours, and you do all the auctions and stuff. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit late for me to get into Jeff, so
no way, Rock Butcher. Yeah, I only got to fire one tow missile and one dragon missile in my life, and that was down Fort Benning, Georgia, back in '75. I've just dated myself. But I never got to fire any of that stuff in Canada. First off, they're too bloody expensive. Carl Gustav I did. And lots of mortars.
Well, you can throw a grenade in the pond there then. Gonna go
What coin are you talking about, Miss Southern Belle? Are you talking about? I can tell you about some of the coins, like the British Mandate Palestine coins had a hole in the middle. That's because it got too expensive to have the coin full, so they put a hole in the middle, and they managed to keep the same size. Not so much for putting it on a string.
Here's one.
There you go. Yeah, I've got a few of them too. Ran So Far Away sent me a whole bunch of them. It was really nice. You too, Hot Dog Diggs. Thank you very much. It was great getting the coin and the sticker. That's
most of it is down to cost.
Yeah,
but
cost.
If you go back to these ones, if I got them in here, I'm not sure if I have actually. I don't think I have. if you go back to the old ancient ones, say Chinese ones, for argument's sake, they used to be, they never used pouches or pockets. They used to use string.
Yeah.
So they would they would put a big knot on the end of the rope or string, tie it in the inside of their trousers or tunic, whatever they were wearing, or inside their sleeve in some cases, because it was very hard to nick from a sleeve. And they would tie, so they would have have it tied so they can undo it, take what they needed to pay, and then tie it back up again. So and they used to just carry enough coin throughout the day. It's not like we got credit cards now. But another reason is because some would have a square and some would have a triangle or a circle, and that would be for voting or whatever. I don't know, whatever they did. So, or used as counters. So it depends which country, really, I guess. But yeah, it's a lot of it is that standard cost. Anything for you there, Skipper, to add on to that? To Miss Seven Barrels?
I don't think so. She's still talking about fleas, and that bugs me too. It just makes me itchy. Yeah, I'm just essentially at that. Oh yeah, what is news? The Edmonton Numismatic Society showed up while I was doing the coin exchange, and of course, I can't wait to give this a shot. I'm actually going to use it for my own channel for videos. As you know, Dale, I normally use an iPhone.
Yeah.
And, they brought me this. It says,
They
here
bought
you
them
go. Do the video. I'm like, wow, man. Okay. Now I just have to learn how to use it because I'm just beyond, like I said, 110 camera. So or a Polaroid, as you said. So, but this is cool. I was looking at some of the things that I would like to get to improve my videos. I'm sure we all should be, especially as content providers, we should be looking at new things to enhance the quality of our videos. And mine right now, the one that I really like, the guy showed up at the that did some of the videoing. Show you this here. That is what I want right there. And apparently it's affordable. The tripod itself was like $160. They had to set up the little prongs on each side, which are, right on each side. Those are hand grips. So then they fold out. And of course, you got the light, you got the camera that's out there. And what he's just using an iPhone on this one. That is like totally cool. So I'm going to definitely pick his brains because he works for West Edmonton Coin and Stamp. Like, look at that thing.
It's amazing setup. Yeah,
that is just phenomenal. Yeah, I know exactly. I saw that and I'm like, okay, I want one. And the prices weren't bad. I mean, you could probably get that entire rig for under $600. Not counting the phone, of course.
Just trying to show Miss Seven Barrels some more coins here. In different countries.
Not.
They're all different countries. That one's from Denmark. That's from South Africa. That one looks like it's from Spain. Yep. And this one here is from Southern Honduras. Video. That one. That's pretty cool.
So I don't know about where. I guess you're probably doing the same. I can never seem to catch up on my sorting of my coins and getting them in order. I've always got a pile that I'm still got to work through. And if I don't, I soon will, because every time I turn around, there's some new stuff to work on.
Yeah, and you have to blink and it end up another 52,000. You know what I mean? I live in Orlando, Florida, and in the 70s they pull so 15 tons of ammunition, 22 caliber and 50 caliber, or 20 and mixed up during World War II. That wouldn't surprise me. I think Florida is where they built the Liberty ships, wasn't it? The port down there.
I don't know.
Well, it was one of the Liberty ports anyway. And do you know what act that was?
What?
Act.
No.
Between the British and the Americans.
Oh, wait a minute. You talk about the Lend-Lease?
Yeah, for Trade for Secrets Act. What's going on? But not that. Yeah, sort out my coins. The way I'm going to do it is when I do a video, is one part is going to go into the video and Instagram bit, and so I have all this storage. It's going to be brand new behind me. I'm looking for a new display cabinet as well. Whoops.
Oh, awesome.
So I'll have more things to show off. And for my cards and cars and other bits and bobs. Then I'm going to have all my books or individual world coins. And later on, all my world banknotes. I'm going to keep as my banknotes as they are in my book. I ain't going to touch them; they're just going to stay there. And then have a section for all the people that sent me stuff, so I know exactly where it is. So they'll be going into my books as well. But I know who and when it was sent by that person.
I heard talk of high explosive, so I thought I'd join in.
Yeah, it was really a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured I'd dig out a couple photos that involved some things that went boom.
Yeah, I started off as an after part of my training in the infantry. I was an assault pioneer, and then I went to trade pioneers, which was a lot tamer, but got me out of the field for a change. You know, you don't want to always live in the field.
There's my little pop gun.
His little pop gun, he calls it.
That's the 105. That's the 105mm howitzer. Not big booms, but there's a helo drop.
That's cool.
All right, let's get to the big boom pop-pops. Where they at here? Yeah, this is the big gun getting loaded. That's a 198mm that could shoot 30 miles. And these are the tiny projectiles. I'm 6 feet tall. That should give you some perspective, even though those are sitting on pallets. It's a 110-pound white phosphorus round. Behind it, the 105-pound high explosive rounds. Yeah, this is what a couple of pallets of boom boom rounds look like.
Yeah, that
I
WP.
bet fireworks not great. I mean, it's great for firing, but I bet you couldn't see the explosive 30 miles away.
Not 30 miles away, but I got pictures in here because we'd shoot 3 to 30 miles unless we had to direct fire on something coming straight in front of us.
I know, but I bet it's a blast for the receiving end.
So,
Take care, Miss Southern Dale.
Yeah, there's another one behind the little pop gun.
Take care, Miss Seven Bow. Always lovely to see you. EAC.
Hey, here's some explosive picture. Me singing on stage in Japan.
He's asking
That's
for his
okay. They
rocket
didn't
back.
understand you.
Oh, I need to go through these quicker than this, but I'm just trying to catch the ones that have the boom booms in them because, like those pallets of rounds, we're in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. So the impact range was max distance 3.4 miles away, and if we were 0.4 miles, we were putting shrapnel into the Cuban side. So we had to shoot under 3 miles at the bare minimum, lob it over a hill and drop it down.
John Jacob says they're pea shooters, Kyle. U.S. Navy has the big guns.
Well, we were spotting SEADs for the big guns. See, what we shot was 1/10 of the big boys, but we'd spot for them. So, yeah, the Navy has the big guns, but their feet ain't on the ground. So, must be nice to sit back and fire a big round and just tuck away out there on the water like that. You Navy wieners. So, yeah. Yep, that's the one I meant to pull out earlier. Let's see. Of course, I'm going to go through this whole thing of pictures, and it's going to be in the other container.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Rock Butcher, that had to be a sight to see. I'm sorry. I must have a problem. I hear and see stuff like that. I gotta see it. Yeah. Look. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm like him. I'm going. Oh, I must have pictures of that somewhere.
Oh. I'm going to do all this work, and I'm not even in the right thing. Doesn't that figure? Yeah, there's some in there, but yep. They're in the other container of pictures. So I knew I just saw them the other day. All right.
You mentioned Meaford. This is me. You won't be able to tell where I'm at. That's picture taken during the time that we blew up that bunker in Meaford. And good luck finding me in that picture, but I'm in there somewhere.
Let me guess, the one's taking your picture is because you had all mugs. That was the
No.
military police taking your picture, right?
Actually, if you really want to know where I'm at, the first guy in line there on the front row, if you look directly behind him, that's me.
Yeah.
Just a kid. And that was a long time ago.
There's me sitting at the gunner side of my little pop gun, and I knew I'd find it. This is what a white phosphorus round explosion looks like from 3 miles away.
Well, I'm gonna blow that up so they can see what it. Yeah, you don't want to be around that crap.
That's 3 miles away from it. So, then to go view the impact, anybody ever want to know how we keep the Cubans out of Guantanamo Bay, how we kept the communists out? Let's see if I can get that to focus where it's not on my camera. Basically, it says high explosive blows inward. There's a column like this on each side of the road leading to the minefield, and those blow inward to block the one road. That's what the minefield in Cuba looks like right in the middle of it. Oh,
I'm really surprised that there's still a bloody socialist freaking state sitting right off the U.S. coast. I mean, you think that they would want to have some sort of life.
yeah, here's some fun pictures of that. Picture I took of some buddies of mine. That's the hillside leading right over to communist Cuba. There's the bunkers we had to keep fortifying for return fire. So,
Wow.
but then no 35 millimeter camera will ever capture the image. Anybody got any clue what those are?
Birds.
What kind of birds? And you only see about a dozen of them in here, but trust me when I say there were probably hundreds. There was a gargantuan flock of these things.
What's a little hard? They're pretty black on there because
I mean, it's just cheesy 35 millimeter. These are buzzards. These are straight up. These are straight up vultures. This is directly over the minefield, and they swoop down and grab up any carry-on that walked through there, like stray dogs or whatever would walk through the minefield, trip one, and these things would just swoop and swarm because there was always an explosion going off in there from an animal. And the sky is just full of vultures.
No.
Going and getting a carry-on around those minefields because they're constantly going off. Like 1, 2, 3 a day, just from a stray animal walking through. Now, you talk about little hand grenades popping off.
that's pretty cool.
Right. Hey, thanks, Rockbusher. I served with the Marines and helped them out later. Yeah, that's cool. That's just a little pop from a hand grenade.
Yeah.
So, and that was what, at a couple 100 yards. I think that's all the fun ones go boom. I got one picture in here. There's no way I'm gonna be able to. It'll capture, but got a round going out of the muzzle of the artillery piece, and it's just kind of a blur coming out. But considering how fast it's going, yeah, I don't know. Wasn't gonna fish out too many of the pictures, but I found the ones that went boom. If you ever wondered what it looked like down the bore of it, oh, look how pretty that is.
That's how we Canadians do our winter camping.
Cold weather training. I did my cold weather training in Norway, and it was only for like 5 days. So.
Yeah, we did Norway as well.
But yeah, mine was only 5 days. But I mean, of those 5 days of snow I saw there, and then the other 4 days of snow I saw over the 4-year time span, I saw 9 days of snow in 4 years. Other than that, I was in some kind of subtropical and tropical climate. Or desert. If you ever wanted to know what the bore of a 190 howitzer looks like, there's looking up the bore of a big old cannon. That was my view when I rammed around.
Yeah, you're right. You get the Coleman stove going in those Arctic tents. It was nice and warm. We used to, in fact, I own one of the old pressure cookers that we used to take the cans and cook over the Coleman. Yes, those old Arctic tents had a patch that was asbestos, of course, around. So we read the, you can vent the nasties out. But we would get the Coleman going, and we would boil up our canned food right in the tent. It got pretty steamy, and we used to have Arctic socks. and they're basically rubber boots, so that if you wanted to do your nasty outside, you had to put your Arctic socks on so that you didn't have to completely get dressed. You wanted to get inside that tent as fast as you could afterwards, I'll tell you.
Here, blow me up for this fun one. I'm gonna see if this shows up at all.
Yeah, and you've never lived till you had a snow bath either.
Okay, so you can barely tell with the clouds, but there's the muzzle flash blowing out both sides there. That's a round going down range at what?
Well, you caught that in mid-flight. That's cool.
That's I can't remember the exact nomenclature, all this stuff, but like 7,000 feet per second or whatever. So.
Well, the good news is we don't have to get tested
Out.
anymore.
Yeah. I used to remember all the nomenclature and the numbers and everything that went with it. I can still probably put a fuse on it.
I bet you still have a lot of acronyms floating around in your head.
Many, 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 but the one that sticks with me forever is FUBAR, because that's what I am.
Oh.
But yeah, acronyms, SMEAC, size, mission, activity, location. Yeah, just, yeah.
Yeah, I relate with
for us
FUBAR as well.
Situation, mission, execution, administration, logistics, and command and six.
Yep.
And then we had GRIT, group range indication, type of fire. Ground, general ridges, observation, undergrowth, non-passable, and defiles. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. It's crazy.
Now my acronym is literally old fart. Quite literally.
I'm with you.
An acronym.
I'm with you.
So I can't even remember what it's like, random talky stuff, but it's the Old Farts podcast that we do on Wednesdays, and it's an acronym for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I started off with the 510, then went to the 20 ANPRC 25, and then which could also be hooked in the vehicle as the 125. I don't think I worked on a PRC 77.
Oh. Let's test anybody's knowledge out there. One of my main things I handled was an AMPDR 27. Does anybody know what that is?
That's a rifle.
No.
No.
Oh, AMPR.
ANPDR 27. I can't give you the rest of the name because it gives it away. An ANPDR 27. It's what I have a license for. I'd show that too, but if I showed my license,
Look, Rock Butcher's just pumping out the acronyms here.
Is that a vehicle?
No.
No. ANPDR 27 is not a vehicle.
It sounds like it could be a radio.
Getting closer.
Is that a crypto piece of crypto equipment?
Nope. It'll make you cringe when I tell you the full name of it.
Hang on.
ANPDR 27. Yeah, my license, I show my license for it, but my social's like plastered right on it, so I'm not going to try and cover that.
Yeah, I don't recognize it at all.
Is that the blood pressure machine?
ANPDR 27 radiac detector.
Oh, I was part of the nerd team, for Pete's sake. I should have known that.
Yeah, that's me in full MOP 4 gear. Yeah, I was chemical weapons.
Yeah, but we did secondary duty
survey and decon.
Yeah, I was trained in the nuclear biological chemical warfare school in Borden, Ontario, as a radiation monitor. So we did all that thing. So I used to, the thermolucid dosimeters and the bloody all the rest of that crap. But
if it wasn't such a pain in the keister to cover up my private numbers on there, I'd show you my licensure for there's 2 training spots in the Marine Corps. You're either FMF Atlantic which obviously covers the Atlantic and Europe and things like that, and FMF Pacific, Fleet Marine Force Pacific, which covers Asia and all that. And I'm certified in both the Atlantic and the Pacific with stuff like this. So, and
That's
it's the
cool.
dumbest story why I went in this. It's the dumbest story why I got put up on that. Uh-oh. I think I'm about to get a phone call. Hopefully it doesn't butt into it, but
Yeah, that was actually I was
everything, so.
TQ4 unit communicator myself in the infantry, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed doing that, especially if you're like when I was in Cyprus. I got to work the switchboard at Maple Leaf Complex and played around with that stuff too. Got half of hauling my 25 set around with me.
I never wanted to know what would have happened to me were I a lifer with all the stuff I crammed in my first 4 years. But I've told the dumb story about why I went into the fleet with a top secret security clearance, right?
Yeah.
My dumb story. I mean, that's just the dumbest thing in the world. So, but because I went in with a top secret security clearance, they put me on all these things. And
Yeah.
And it's just because I was a schmuck and a schmo. Oh.
I got to do a short stint with what they call communication research. 291 trade was you guys call it MOS, we call it MOC up here. I hated that trade. I absolutely hated it. It was not at that time they were still using Morse code, and I just absolutely hated it. So I ended up having split service. I got out, joined the infantry reserve, and then I went back in the Reg Force infantry again and finished my TQ3 training in Petawawa, Ontario. They call it D1 now, but it was good stuff.
Rock Butcher cracking me up here. I did my 4 days in a bunny suit and then left it behind. I'd rather croak than do that crap again. Yeah, buddy, living in that thing in the desert when the temp was running about 120 degrees outside. I went through a couple of mop suits, and then we had to burn them all before we left. Couldn't leave anything behind, so we put them in a big burn pile and burned them. I even had to burn my uniforms. The only thing I didn't burn was my goggles. I tucked my goggles in my bag to keep them as a memento. So, yeah, that's my only memento, and the only things I got left in my replacement Gulf War medal that I'm shipping off to Taffy here shortly. So, but I'm not gonna ship off my Gulf War goggles. It's still got dirt on them from there. But
I was when the Gulf War kicked in. I had just I just gotten out. I was July of '90, so I missed the whole thing, which is fine by me.
yeah, which is a good thing. It's the fewer people that had to do crap like that, the happier as a man I am. I hated all those kids going over there to clean up messes we could have cleaned up decades ago, or them farting around instead of actually doing a job. So, but I'm not going off on that tirade.
John Jacobs has been scoring here.
Yes.
1875 5 franc coins. The Hercules for $10.
Nice.
Hercules is £2 coin, I think.
Taffy Coin says, I heard my name. What? You think you're Hercules?
Yeah, there you go. Yep, sooner or later I gotta pull that thing and ship it up to Wales. I'm trying to wait on if my buddy lands these war medals in Canada, I want to ship them too. If not, I've got a little box for my medal and 100 rupee that I was sending to Kyle. So
yeah,
you heard your name, Kyle. Get on here.
Yeah, Kyle sent me the World War II service medal for Britain, and I've managed to find a ribbon for it. So that's the only medal I have outside the ones I have.
Is the Hercules a £2 coin? I've got the Hercules £2 coin.
Whoa, did I actually see someone behind you? Was that Lauren?
Huh?
Someone walk
Zoe.
behind you. I rarely see anybody from the rest of the house.
No, that's Zoe. She just.
Oh, Zoe, hit and run.
Yeah.
Hello, Zoe.
Oh, she's just gone out to go and get the dog in because he just goes outside now and he just stands there and doesn't do anything, just barks.
Can't believe it's that long ago now, Rock Butcher. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago now.
Yeah, I'd just be instructing. That one cracks me up. I got out in 92. My inactive reserve status ended in 98, but then 9/11 happened. And I called to see if they were going to do anything with me. And they're like, nope, if anything happens, you just go out to California and be a teacher, buddy. It's like you cut your hair. And
when they gave me the freaking golden handshake, I was so angry because I got shafted. It's a long story. I got shafted. I didn't even agree to go on the sup list. I said, that's it. I'm walking away from this thing. I was so pissed. But man, oh man, after we went through the legal steps, I ended up being so well taken care of. I ended up getting my college, high school, then college. I had no education. I managed to get grade 10 by the time I retired after 22 years. And they sent me through. I finished high school. I finished college. Took all computer maintenance technologies, computer office administration. Took every course I could flip and think of. Thank you, Veteran Affairs and CISA. And they gave me such a lovely severance package that I really didn't have to go back to work. But I went back to work running the bylaw enforcement for the city of Edmonton, and then driving a city bus for the last 14 years, and then retired, and I'm quite comfortable now, really. But I keep so active with the veterans groups that it doesn't really feel like I've gotten away from it completely. I mean, these guys are, geez, we're always doing something. Yeah, so we all got out about the same time, Rock Butcher. Yeah. Kyle got out, 91? I got out in 90, you in 89.
So you all had similar type services then, really.
Yeah. Now my daughter gets involved with a guy that he's now into his 24th year. 3 tours of Afghanistan as a combat engineer under his belt. And I warned her. In fact, I talked to both of them. I warned them. I said, look, that's you're going to be involved with a combat engineer. You understand this combat arms. He's going to be gone a lot. And of course, to my chagrin, he gets an RSS posting for his first 2 years with her. I go, yeah, well, that's not going to really give you the feeling of what it's like to have a soldier in your family, because RSS is working with militia. So, you know, he'll go weekends and maybe summer camp or whatever. But now he's just got informed that he's off to Latvia. And well, Latvia, you know, it depends on what he's doing. He could be gone 6 months. You know, that's the way that you marry a combat soldier, they're gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord.
John Jacobs just dated himself. 79. Holy crap. Where was I in 79? 79, I was in First Battalion, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry in Calgary in 79.
See if I can keep that covered up. There's my jungle patrol school.
Oh, now he's going to show off all his certificates.
So I can keep my private stuff covered up. Little
Yeah.
special operations shit. Excuse my French.
Remember, no more parachuting.
There's artillery school.
Oh, they gave really nice certificates.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's my Social Security? Right there. Keep that over that. There's Fleet Marine Force Atlantic for NBC school. And then there's Fleet Marine Force Pacific. Like I said, my license is buried somewhere in here for the AMPDR 27.
That's one thing I'll say about the service is that you got a certificate for every bloody course you went on. You can wallpaper your freaking house with them.
Yeah, there's my dad in 1959 in Army Airborne.
Oh wow!
Wow.
And there's his Fifth Airborne unit there.
Yeah, wonderful group photos.
Right before the Bay of Pigs. There's my pop right there in the corner. Oh, boy, you talk about a good picture of me, though. Here we go. How about 1966, baby?
We're in the baby pictures.
1966. Oh, I was so cute.
Uniforms haven't changed much then, has it?
Now, if you want to really laugh from 1966, let's go to 83. Yeah.
Nice hair.
Yeah. I had a bouffant, baby. And fresh out of the Marine Corps coaching Special Olympics. So. Yep. Well, that's some of my silliness in there. Since it was right there handy. And now, since I'm up here, I have no excuse. Now I can sort my comic books again. And put away all this laundry. I've got laundry stacked up behind me that I've been putting off for 2 days.
Me in 59.
Oh, yeehaw, buddy. There you go.
We kids knew how to play.
You posted that the other day, didn't you? That's you and your brother?
Yeah, it's my brother Mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the year we got lost in Chicago. Yeah, good old days. How are we doing here? 3:39. Have we seen anybody for the pay it forward wheel?
No, not yet.
Nobody.
You take care, Rock Butcher.
Yeah, it was nice having you in, Rock Butcher. Don't be a stranger. And keep an eye out. We got some really cool things happening. It's next month. Wow. Wow.
I'm going to be looking you up, Rock Butcher. See if we can cross paths on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, after I'm finished here, I get to go pick up something from the store. I can't remember what my wife wanted. Uh-oh. Better remember. Isn't Taffy already on?
Yeah.
Not this month, I don't think.
Okay, well, put something up there, Taffy. What do you want? What are you putting up? Then you'll get automatic for the draw, or for the next wheel.
Did I show these books I got last week. I can never remember which channel I showed the books I got. Some recent pickups. Have I shown these recently?
No, not on here.
A first edition of The Restaurant at the End of the Universe from 1980 with the dust cover on it.
Restaurant at the End of the Universe.
This beautiful piece. Niagara Falls and its geology.
What's the date on that one?
1872.
Wow.
And the beauty of this, including the little pictures, it has a proper map. It has a proper map back here. So I've got an 1872 map of the Niagara area. Anybody speak Russian? Translate Cyrillic here.
No, but
You can almost tell by the put out by Makba Press in 1969. You know, it's all mythology stories. It's all the folklore, Russian folklore. So there's a few pictures in here. There's one.
Kathy's putting up mixed coins for the pay it forward.
A lot of folklore things in here. Man in Temple, 1946 rabbinic book, and General Method. I'm a big sucker for old school books. The Elements and General Method from 1895. So, a little college school book from 1895. Go with my library book collection. Here's a fun one I got since I'm such a comic book nerd. The Northwalk Mysteries. These are pulps. This is from 1897.
Wow.
Mystery pulp from 1897. And then the pre-comic book stuff. This company, Salafield, predates all the big companies and things like that. And, you know, they put out the Popeyes and things later. But here's a Teddy Toodles linen book.
Wow.
1915. So this is what eventually morphed into comic books. So, but yeah, I have my Teddy Toodles.
Very cool.
My nerd cred is strong. So,
Well, it's certainly apparent you've got quite the collector space there.
yeah, nice old library. Here's one of my favorites. See if we can show this from a distance without getting too close. How that first edition of How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 1957.
Oh, very cool.
Love my books, love my library.
Neil says he just got my oldest comic book. He owns he just got on the weekend a 1958 Ben-Hur comic book.
Proper comic book in the same size and format. I go 1938. But I have the first two Whitman comic books, which are actually 12 by 12, like hardback kind of things. So I got stuff from 1922 there. I just, we did a fundraiser for pediatric brain cancer over the past weekend. I gave away comic and cartoon ephemera from 1884, 1905, 1914, and 1951. That drew a bid of $275, and then he threw in an extra $50 just for fun. So that pulled in $325 for that one donation I put together.
Oh, nice.
So, but I'm a historian with the old comic stuff to the point they want me writing books about it. But I just tell people, you write the book and make me a reference point. I don't need to write the books on it. But oh, and it's just same old up here. So I don't need to bore everybody with the rest of the stuff unless somebody wants to see something specific up here. It's just always the same. You know, and life ain't complete without a oversized Superman just hanging out guarding things.
BC Treasure Trails.
I'll pop in. Oh, good. Kyle's gonna pop in, but yeah, I'm gonna step away from the library now and still be highlighting. Still be self-conscious about this chunk of skin the puppy took out of my face the other day before she left. So sooner or later that's gonna heal up. But she was so excited, jumped right up on me, knocked me right in the face, took a chunk of skin right out of my face, and I couldn't quit laughing.
Oh, dear.
And I got a new record player to open up today. So that should be fun. Am not aging gracefully. The tedium of just walking steps. Trying to remember if there's anything significant. Yeah, there's some pretty significant stuff down here.
Yeah, I'd like to have myself a nice bungalow, everything on one level too, but it's just too expensive. The bungalows are outrageous here.
I've got bookshelves in like 5 different rooms and just not enough places to put them. I want my library under one spot, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So, and I want this up in my library, but there just isn't room for it.
My wife instructed me, she wanted me to get rid of my encyclopedias. And it would absolutely be wonderful because I collect books as well. But I can't force myself to get rid of them. I love sitting down, and I've probably read that set of encyclopedia 3 times from cover to cover, every one of them. There's no way I can get rid of them.
Yeah, there's probably not a whole lot of intrinsic value there, but the personal value just has no measure. You can't.
They look good too.
Yeah, you can't measure that. It's a shame most kids don't realize, To me, those books are worth like $20 a piece, and most kids wouldn't pay $20 for a full set of them. And it's like it's a slice of history. We couldn't just pick up our phone and look up everything. Had to fold open a book. Had to be immersed in it. Hands have gone across it. People have owned it. The story of like those that belong to you. It should just follow generations with all those things in it. And hopefully these kids, as they get older, realize, yeah, that's a piece of history we want to hold on to, because I hate digital photographs. I hate, having the world at my fingertips as far as looking up information. I love being able to do this, but I just hate being able to, you play a trivia game and somebody can type in and find the answer in a split second.
Yeah.
That's not knowledge. That's, you can push some keys, knowledge.
But that's the way they're teaching the kids these days, though.
It is.
Even with the mathematics, I cannot help my grandchildren with their math anymore because they teach them the way a calculator would work, and I've watched them do their calculations. It's ridiculous. I'll sit there and I go, bo, 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 it's done, and they're there going through this long line of all these different whatever method they're teaching them now. It's so stupid, but they do it. And if they don't have a calculator in front of them, they can't do anything in their head anymore.
Yeah,
they can't even do cursive writing anymore. It's all printing.
I had an argument with Brandon's teacher, big time, because it was they were teaching something about World War One, and of course they were doing the homework, and I said, Brandy, this is wrong. This is completely wrong. So I went into the school Monday because he hasn't done his homework because the homework's set up all wrong. And it's okay doing parts of World War One, but there's no reasoning behind why these things happen in World War One. And I mean, this is like, going back nearly 10 years ago now. So I can't remember the specifics, but the teacher's going, it's the way we teach it. I goes, yeah, but you're teaching it wrong. I goes, you're teaching the explanation of this thing wrong. It's not what's going on. It's why it happened.
Yeah.
I think it was I can't remember now. Anyway, I can't remember the specifics of it. But the fact is that the way it's set up is from the teachers. Well, we're going to talk about this a little bit, and that's it. You know, and it doesn't tell you the whole story. You know, you can still break it down for kids in a way that they understand why this thing happened, not because it happened. And I said, you're just teaching it wrong. Because you've got the complete dates wrong, or you've got the generals wrong. And when I sort of knew I had to go and search for the homework, she's got the people that were there wrong, the specifics wrong. And I said, where'd you get your information from to get this? Oh, that doesn't matter. I goes, it does, because imagine when you're like 18, 19, 20 in a pub and someone comes up with a situation, you're going to look like a jerk. You know, you're going to look like a jerk because you've taught this wrong, and that's going to be a talking point one day. It might, you know what I mean? I goes, that's the problem. I goes, no one has a conversation, and this is my opinion. That's where I think that's the way it's going to be. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. I miss the good old days. You know, we sit down at a pub with a paper, talk about the football, and whether, you know, or ifs and whats, you know, that could have happened, this could have happened. Just a proper conversation, not this, I'm going to check on Google. You know what I mean?
That's another reason why I love this so much. I love this. We can just meander. We'll still talk coins and currency to keep everybody happy, but we can go all over the place and get to know each other even more and bond and talk about, you know, hey, I'm passionate about history and this is why. And then you tell the story about your son and I'm even closer to you.
Yeah.
You know, I just adore you and I'm even closer to you now today. So I love that.
But yeah, it's frustrating when I mean, when I was at school, I used to try and outwit the teacher. You know what I mean? That's what I used to do, try and outwit the teacher because, I was a bit of a well, not bad, but mischievous. Let's say mischievous. But in my classes, I never messed around. You know, I never messed around in my classes. But the teachers sort of, there's a different generation. They used to enjoy you trying to outwit them.
Yeah.
But now you try and outwit a teacher today, you're going to get, they're not interested.
Yeah.
You know, because that's their opinion.
I used to hate moments where I felt smarter than the teacher because they read, like, here's the 6 paragraphs you have to read. That's what I've read about it, and that's it. So, you know, I get the 6 paragraphs and go pick out 2 books from the library, and I'm ready to write a book report the next day, and they still know the 6 paragraphs. And I know so much of the backstory. So I outsmarted the teacher, and I just wanted to throw the books down and go, come on, you know, go beyond these couple printed words where everybody's going to see them and it's done. That's the end of the discussion. I'm going to test you on these, you know, 1 question per paragraph. No, you know, immerse yourself in it.
They have to water down the A levels now so everybody has a chance. Why? You know,
That's why they have remedial classes. I mean, it makes sense to have remedial classes.
I spoke to Coinhound, and he's a teacher, and you know, he's on about this sort of thing. He goes, the teachers are trying to change the way they teach, is because some kids are academical but not very physical. Some kids are physical but not very academical. So if you get a really bright lad in the class or a girl in the class, they're gonna correspond on that situation more than they are in sports, where some lad could be not into teaching because his mind's somewhere else or her mind's somewhere else, and they could be really into sports. So why not put all your energy into something that they're actually going to enjoy, rather than sitting there and making them do something that they're not.
Well, they quit funding these schools where, like, if you want to take these advanced courses, you can take the advanced courses. If you want to take the basic courses.
I think you learn more outside school, because school is a foundation anyway.
Yeah.
Right? School is just a foundation. And when you go to college or university, that's just another step. That's another couple of steps towards your goals. But when you're in the real life, when you're in the real life, in the real world, then I think you learn more as you go around anyway, socially, and but when people, these teachers, like when my boy was at school, he's at college now, and I was trying to tell him, what you learning. I just got something out. He's doing something at Henry VIII at the moment because he's studying history, and I goes, I can tell you loads of stuff about Henry VIII if you want me to, but he wants to do it on his own, which is, I know, I respect that for him. You know what I mean? But when he was in his other teachers, right, going through, it was annoying because I couldn't do the homework with him because the homework was set up wrong, not just once, but a few times in different classes. And he goes, "Oh, we got to do maths like this," and it was so long. Like Skipper said, he's like, you're going all through this thing. I said, "I've already got the answer." I goes, "I've already got the answer." He goes, "Yeah, but I understand you've got to do it like that. But the way you're doing it, I don't understand why you have to take 10 minutes on one question when it can be done in a different." That's the beauty of maths. You can change the way you want to get the right figure, providing the maths is correct. It shouldn't matter where you got your maths, as long as the maths is correct. Obviously, unless you're doing some kind of trigonometry or stuff like that, or calculus. But the fact is, when he's doing basic long multiplication, when you just go, "Right, Brent, if you take that away from there, that away from there, you can break that down. That means that means done." It's easy, because that's the way we were taught. We were taught the quick way. Is nowadays they're wasting so much ink and paper, plus they got calculators or their iPhones now. And I said, "I never had that. I wouldn't have had anything like that. The only thing we had to have was a pencil, a rubber, and a ruler. That was it. That was it. Even in science, they don't.
This has me so worked up for trivia now. But do I need to read the trivia, or can I be part of the panel?
Has anybody seen science in class?
They just wipe it out.
Experiments in class? Do you remember actually physically setting up a Bunsen burner, getting the test tubes? They don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah, playing with the mercury back and forth.
Yeah, playing mercury, gallium, whatever you want to play with, right? But no,
I thought they still use Bunsen burners.
Eh?
I thought they still use Bunsen burners. It's just
that
they're most...
only the teacher does it. All the class stands around.
Bloody hell. We used to have our own Bunsen burners. We used to have like 3 or 4 on the table.
Yeah, gas taps, the sink. You go and get your equipment, go and get your stands, set up the experiment. You had the method, you had the to do the chemistry.
Here's an obvious one. Let's see how quick everybody gets this. What can be liquid,
water,
gas, and a solid? Yep, water. Liquid, gas, and a solid. Water can be
the same
gas and a solid.
Well,
I used to know A-level chemistry, so
we actually did.
And do you know what?
What's that, Kyle?
Do you know what temperature water is? A liquid, a solid, and a gas at the same time.
You're talking about sub.
Are you talking absolute zero?
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking
71 below zero.
No, it's something like 0.2 degrees. like what water can be in all 3 states at a certain temperature. I think it's something like 0.2 degrees.
Oh, yeah. It's like
Semantics.
it's 271. It's absolute zero, negative 271.
Yeah, that's when it's sub-zero.
So I don't know what Celsius translation is, but yeah.
Helium, then you got nitrogen.
There were a lot of things besides the subjects and the way they were presented. There were things in school that would never go today.
No.
Frosh week. Hey, a whole week of being tortured. They don't do that anymore.
What week?
Did you go do Frosh week?
Never even heard of it.
Oh yeah. You if you were the new person in the school, you were tortured for a whole week. It was brutal. At Herman Collegiate, the gym classes were separated, male and female, and when we went swimming, there were no bathing suits. You went in raw. There was
we
just the way it was.
Do you know?
Well, you went in naked.
Yeah, naked.
We did that.
You didn't wear bathing suits.
Yeah, we went in. We did that as well. I remember we had this. I think it's an American teacher turn up actually, and of course they said if you forgot your kit, you went in your undies, and she goes, right, now you can take off your pants, and all the boys went, I ain't taking off my pants, because pants is obviously trousers,
right,
and pants is obviously underwear.
Yeah.
We don't want to take off our pants. Yeah. And no, take off your pants. And they're like, so the girls are going, you got to take off your pants. I said, well, I ain't taking off your pants, right? But yeah, that was a kind of a confusing day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, WD Low, when I was there, it was mandatory to be in the cadets. So everybody was in uniform. And if you refused to wear a uniform, you were in detention. And there was actually a guard at the door making sure that you didn't skip out. In the school, we had a rifle range. It was nothing to see kids walking down. Absolutely, it was just normal. Walking down the hall with Lee Enfield rifles over their shoulders, going to the spare room to go clean the rifles.
I did that.
This is in school.
Yeah, I did that. I took my rifle to school.
Yeah, it's so different. So different. Yeah, like I said, to end the conversation with schooling, I can't help my grandkids anymore because it's too outlandish. Math especially, forget it.
Rather than hardcore learning, it's like designer learning. It's like designer. I can't put my finger on it. It's like I just don't get it. I just don't understand why they've got to be so long just to get to the same answer. When you look at the question, it's simple. But we want it to get to this way by doing this way. But why? What is it? What is it proving? What are you trying to achieve? What is the sum trying to achieve? And that's what they should be when you take your homework on. If anybody wants to help you, it says, we're trying to get this because of this. You see what I mean? Yeah. It's not the sum itself, it's why they're doing it that way. And I don't know why they're doing that way. And because I got a curious mind, I wanted to find out why they needed to do this to get this when I could have done that in a single sum. Why have I got to spend 10 minutes on something I can do in 20 seconds? At the time, probably not now.
What I used to hate in school is that they tell you that you have to learn stuff, but they never tell you why. So, for example, trigonometry, I still have no clue what the hell trigonometry is actually used for in an everyday application.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what is the point? That was my question. It's like, why have we got to do this?
I figured that one out though. When you're married to one person, it's monogamy. If you're married to two persons, it's bigamy. And married to three people, it's trigonometry.
Yeah.
At the same time. That's just mental.
So I knew they like use some equations in like engineering and stuff like that, but they or like what was it, carpentry and stuff like that, but they never tell us why.
Yeah, I get that in that sort of sense. I mean, when I went to welding school, obviously there's sums and graphs and stuff like that you have to learn, but you're not learning them in mainstream school. So unless you're an electrical engineer or a design engineer or an architect, that's a different type of maths to what you would learn in school. It's great to have a foundation, but when they're doing this, when they're sending kids home with this really ridiculous question, and all you're asking is why is it that way, and they just don't know. We just got to do it this way.
Yeah, our secondary schools were split up into three. We had a composite, which was primarily book learning, so you get into university. And if you took and in my day, you had grade 12 and grade 13. 12 would give you a general diploma, and 13 would give you the advanced to go to university. Then you had your technical schools, and that leaned far more into the trades that were more advanced. So you wanted to be an auto mechanic, or you wanted to metal shop, metallurgy, or carpenter. That was to get you ready to go in to become a journeyman and whatnot. Then you had your vocational. That's where they taught you the stuff where you weren't smart enough to be a mechanic or a journeyman. You ended up learning dry cleaning and restaurant services and that sort of thing. So we actually had three different types of secondary schools. I don't know if it's like that now, but that's what I went through.
We never had that.
We used to have like grammar schools years ago, where like if you were more academic, you go to like one type of grammar school, and then the other type. Then if you weren't as like smart, you'd learn trade stuff like woodwork and plumbing and whatever and stuff like that. But
I mean, they don't even do home economics anymore. Do you remember home ed? They don't even do that.
Yeah, they do. They do.
No, my son went to school, and I goes, "Do you ever do cooking?" He goes, "No, only the teacher does it now."
I did it. I loved it. In
How old are you?
Me, I'm 35. I took it for
This
GCSE.
was only 10 years ago.
Yeah, I learned how to like cook properly because I took it for GCSE.
That's what I'm saying. Only the teacher does it.
Yeah, I had a grade. I had a grade D. It was like I was in higher tier, but I didn't quite get like some of the like it was more more better the theory than some of like the written coursework, because like we used to have to write like mise en places and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I didn't really get the purpose like properly or get a hang of writing a mise en place.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised how much schools. They don't even kick kids out of school anymore. You get detention. They don't even do it unless it's actually something serious. All they do is ignore them. And the teacher only focuses.
Cracks.
Yeah, they don't even because when I was at school, we didn't even have an assistant teacher. Then they introduced a teacher's assistant. And now they still got them, but if say you got a couple of kids who likes to mess around, joke around, they just leave them now, let them get on with it, and just concentrate on the kids that want to learn. But years ago, they used to either get a stick, a slipper, or sent to the headmaster's office or expelled. I got caned at school, and it never did me any harm. It actually made me respect the teachers a lot more, to be honest. But I got slapped big time.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you. You just reminded me of in brief, I was a class clown, and I purposely act up in class because Mr. Wilson, the principal, gave out the straps. We had those 1-inch thick freaking black straps they used to get across. Boy, did they hurt. he didn't believe in that, but never told the staff. So I always ended up going into his room and he'd go, okay, what'd you do now? And he'd bring out his chessboard and we'd play a game of chess. He gave me consequences, all proactive stuff. For instance, one day he says, you're going to write a play and you're going to direct it and you're going to put on a play for the school, which I did, Knights and Their Ways. And I did that because he didn't give me the strap and he did positive reinforcement for me. And I got involved in
I think that's the best way.
It was wonderful, but none of the teachers knew that. They expected me to go in there and get a strap.
So you go back in the class, they'd ask you how was the strap, and you'd be like, "Yeah, it was fine."
And every else kid got a slap. Yeah,
I had
a similar story when I was in the juniors. I was probably around about 12. No, that's 5. I was a juniors. Must have been about 9. No, 10. 9. Must have been about 10. And yeah, I was 10 years old because I was in hospital when I was 11, going into in the summer holidays. So I must have been about 10. And for the end of the year play, this must have been in the early year. Me and my friends was joking around in the hall, and we didn't know that it was set up for the rehearsals for the year before. And of course, we popped all the balloons and everything else that was going to be done for the year next, for the end of year play. And our teacher, Mrs. Paddington, came in and goes, "You're doing the play next year, all of you, all 8 of us." And we went, "Yeah, right. You forget about that, Yeah, right, whatever, But no, we did it. We did a play, and the play was actually after her name for Paddington Bear, Mrs. Paddington. So we did it for her, and it was really good actually. But yeah, that was. But yeah, she was a cool teacher actually. She deputy head of finance. But when your kid goes to school, Carl, you'll be surprised how much it's changed. Even I was.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids don't. The only thing they really do practical is probably gym class and football, rugby, and all that sort of stuff, tennis, and all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to home ec and all that, they don't do that anymore. The teacher does it. The kids stand around it.
Well, it's already different because my daughter's going to Welsh school. I never went to Welsh medium, so it's already completely different. So it's like you set yourself at a major advantage in Wales if you speak Welsh, because loads of employers are looking for Welsh speakers, especially in the Welsh government offices and stuff like that, because there's so much opportunity there. So we've decided to do it on purpose to make sure that she has the best opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So, but even Welsh is it's a harder language to learn. Technically English is a really hard language to learn. It's like one of the hardest languages to learn in the world because English. Because English is an amalgamation of lots of different languages. You've got German, you've got French,
you've got Danish, and Saxon.
You've got Latin, you've got Greek.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, English itself is a mixture of terminology. Depends what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
that's what you can say something like. If I said to you the F word in a fun way, you know what that means. I'm just saying, get out of it. You know what I mean? You don't know you know what I mean? That's one definition. But if you said it in another definition, it's like the word brilliant. Yeah. We use brilliant. You can go, "Oh, that's brilliant. That's an amazing picture. It's brilliant." Or you can go, "That's just brilliant. Look what you put me into now." Yeah. That's why it's difficult. That's why it's a difficult language. Is the meaning.
Look at things like going to a root word. To amble, an ambulance comes from the root of ambulo, which is to move from Latin.
And that's a French word as well.
and Welsh for ambulance is ambulance.
There you go. See, it all comes. It's what a hodgepodge.
It's like
Lady
it's
Fantastic.
like really similar. So like police in
Exactly
Welsh
like Lady
is
Fantastic. It most
Kelvin
certainly is.
and stuff like that. So it's like language like with English is like we don't tend to think of like masculine and feminine forms as much, just because it's like unless you're like academic and stuff, most people just use it as common language. But when you get taught to speak the language, you get taught the masculine and feminine terms, because like that's which is what we got taught in French when I learned it in school. Not that I took much notice.
The English.
I can barely remember how to say like turn left and turn right in French. But it's the same like with Welsh. It's like you learn the masculine and feminine terms, and you learn the mutations as well. So like when you come into Wales, you see Croeso I Cymru, which means welcome to Wales. But in certain circumstances, the C changes to a G. So instead of Cymru, it becomes Gymru.
See, now the way you came across there, it sounded like Toy Story Camry. That's the little car in Toy Story. It's like, you're like, what?
Well, it's like language. It's like most people think, oh, really? Like, especially when you're in school. Like, how many people bother in school? They just see more of a chore. And it's like, because the point of education has always been to mold you to become a member of society. It's like when you go through school these days, because the class sizes are getting bigger and bigger. It's like my daughter's class size, and she's only in nursery as a 4-year-old. Her class size is 36.
Yeah,
which is
big. Wow,
which is a huge size. It's like when I was in, because I was in double science, which is like it's not like the top tier of science where you do like triple science was like where you do a GCSE in each subject. With double science, you get 2 tests instead of 3 tests, but they amalgamate the subjects between the 2 papers and then do it that way. But like even when I was in either like in the first or second set for biology, for science, and our class was like 35, 36. We had a huge class. It's like I struggled because I couldn't get the attention of my teacher.
No,
it's like
it's amazing that's evolved, because I left school when I was 15. I took my tests when I was 15. I passed when I was 15, and I went into work when I was 15. And that's because I was born in May, so I could take the January test. You see, so I started to stay until I was 15. So if I was born after May, I'd have had to wait after the summer holidays to take my test in January. So I'd have been 16. But because I was early, but I went to a different school from mainstream school, and our class sizes was 6, because I was in a children's zone, and I learned more from that children's zone because they was able to sit with you and help you. But the problem was, you had some really bad kids there. I mean, really, really bad kids. I mean, they really, really violent. This is when they just shut the ball stores. And when if you was good or weak, on the Friday you went home or you went and done something, they would actually pay for you to go and do something, like motocross or the snooker or swimming or a day away somewhere. They would pay for it. And so it gives you an incentive to study and learn. But if you make a murmur, that was it. Everybody got punished. You know what I mean? So everyone, throughout the whole school. And but yeah, I learned more in that school than I did in mainstream school, because a lot of these teachers there were university teachers, retired university teachers. So they taught you different stuff than what some lazy teacher did in our school, because our school, the main school we went to, was absolutely ridiculous. It was rubbish. We used to call it Harrier Prison. So,
Oh, dear.
but yeah, do I miss school? Not really. Will I go back if I had a chance? Probably. But I think if the teachers woke up from our era and went to the schools today, they'd probably have a body shock how much it's changed. Because I wouldn't say this discipline is lost. I think the teachers lost the powers of having the discipline.
I graduated high school at 41.
Yes, you did.
That was a regular high school.
Yeah. But I think that's where I'm not talking about teachers being babysitters. I'm talking about as the educational. They've lost the ability to discipline. As I said, if a kid plays up now, they just don't bother them. Just let them carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Look at that.
Hey, so you guys want to see something really silly? Oh my goodness, what is that? That's beautiful.
Is that Chinese?
North
Chinese
Korean.
money. It's North Korean, isn't it? Oh, that's Kim Jong Un, isn't it?
That's his
Dad, yeah.
dad.
Yeah. You brought out the cool, I brought out the goofy.
The Partridge Family.
I got a new record player for Christmas that ironically didn't work, and we had to ship that back. So I got the replacement, and the wife just pulled up from a meeting, and then we had that delivered earlier, and I had to have a test record, and I realized, well, let me grab this Partridge Family record as a test record before I realized this is an original poster still intact. Look, buddies, I can hang Sean Cassidy on my wall. Oh my goodness.
You're welcome
Right,
to him.
1971, 52 years ago.
That's gotta be at least worth 50 cents.
right,
Actually, it's probably
okay.
the fact that it's the first and it's intact. It's probably worth about $10. About
fair enough,
70
man.
pounds.
And like it's mad to think it's like old vinyls are like coming back into like fashion so much.
It has, and I'm glad. I'm looking forward to building up a vinyl collection again.
Like people
I'm
are
going to skip
buying
out now
vinyls just to
because
put in
I'll be up
frames
really early
and put on their
morning.
walls.
Well, hold on a second. What was that, Dale?
I'm gonna have to shoot off now because we have to be up really early in the morning.
Okay,
And,
so we
I will
only
see you all tomorrow.
for the
Much
week.
love, everybody. Lady Fantastic, EAC, John Jacobs, and Coin Junkie, JJ, Papa
Lady
G, and
Fantastic. Caroline?
Puppy Coins, of course.
Have a nightcap.
He is right.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Caroline. What are you doing here, Caroline? Are you? That's one of my comic book buddies. How cool is that? Lady
Follows you.
Fantastic is one of my comic book buddies. She's the one that made the donation for the $100. The why I have to get waxed on a live stream coming up.
I think that's awesome. Yeah, stalking you.
She is.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for having me, everybody. You take
Well,
care. Skip
hey,
tomorrow.
Carolyn, you're going to have a wonderful time with these guys. I'm telling you, salt of the earth people, I am surrounded by them in this right here. I am surrounded by just genuinely incredible human beings here in the England, Wales, and Canada. Just brilliant guys. Just immerse yourself in these channels. Coin World UK, then Numismaniac here, and Tappy Coins. Just A+ human beings here. I get to brag about you guys to my other friends. Yay.
But if anyone decides to follow me, celebrate when you see my one video a year that I actually can be bothered to post.
Yeah.
I got to
We
start
can
using
celebrate me by doing how many videos I do a week. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Anyway.
Gil's a good crossover to the communities too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And
Oh,
the greatest
golly.
Santa Claus in the world just disappeared.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about like
I know one of
vinyl
them.
and stuff, like I was gonna buy this on vinyl just for the artwork, just because I love it so much. But instead, I bought the CD.
What
I
is
know.
that?
That's Primal Scream.
Take care,
Scream,
everybody.
Scream
See you
again.
later, Dale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to shut down the live here soon too, guys. I got dinner to put on for the better half.
All right, we'll do trivia another day, but
Actually, you watch this next month. It's going to be great. We got
All
some
right.
big changes.
All
Big
right.
changes.
All right. You're gonna kick me out the panel and back into the stream, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
There
just
you
gonna
go.
leave. I'm gonna leave you with the black tunies to tantalize you. Look at the
Oh,
black.
oh my goodness.
tunies.
Endlessly
Ooh.
cool stuff. Endlessly cool stuff here.
So and Kyle, that Kyle. Yep, you up for some crib while I'm prepping dinner?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do the dishes anyway.
Okay. With that, thanks, Kyle. And we will see you guys. I'm back on tomorrow. We'll talk to you later.
Later, handsomes. All right.